Hello, everyone. Welcome to our second lesson, how to create a content plan for the client. I'm very happy to see you today, and let's dive in right immediately. So, what will we discuss today? What is a social media content plan? How do you make a strong content plan? How do you determine the timing and frequency of posting, geotagging, and hashtags? And we will talk a little bit about statistics. So, what do I want to tell you? I'm absolutely sure that it's not a secret for you that nowadays content is a king of social media. Without interesting and cool content, it's better not to even go to social media and take on promotion and account. So the content plan and content strategy is just the key step you need to understand how to do before you do anything in social media. So how do you make a strong content plan? First of all, when we already determine the target audience, the easiest thing left is to come up with a content that will sell our product to this target audience. The question to help you choose your topic is, what do I need to publish to get, and here we describe our target audience, to buy our product or target action? So what do I need to publish to get parents of children to come to our coffee shop? What do I need to publish to make, I don't know, young ladies above 20 come to my personal trainings if I am a trainer? This sounds quite easy, yeah? So let's dive deeper into the examples. What do I need to publish to get families with children to come to our coffee more often for breakfast? The answer is here. We need to publish a selection of children's menu and photos of children. Since families are one of our main target audiences, we can make a weekly Kids in Our Coffee Shop column and publish photos of these beautiful families and children once a week. Sounds quite easy. So we work through each of our target audiences and come up with content for each of them. That means that if you have 5 target audiences, families with children, locals, travelers, IT professionals, and maybe dog walkers, because you know that dog walkers always walk around your coffee shop at the morning, you need to publish content to each one of them. For families with children, you publish posts of happy families and happy children visiting your cafe. For tourists, you publish something about guides around your city, and in these guides, you put your location. For dog walkers, you might publish a post that you are a dog-friendly cafe and there is always a plate with fresh water for the doggy, etc., etc., etc. Absolutely easy, nothing complicated. The only thing you should understand, the first step, the crucial step, is to understand your target audience. After target audience is determined, it's very easy to come up with a content plan for them. You can't skip your target audience determining, okay? This lesson we have in a previous lesson. So if you don't remember how to find your target audience, go to the previous lesson and then come back to work with a content plan for these people. In addition to the content that answers the pains of our target audience, we also can offer them some entertaining content, cool stories and cases from your experts' work. It works very well for personal brands. As a psychologist, personal trainers, coaches, teachers, etc., etc. Content that closes objections. This is very important because before we buy something, we always have some objections in our head. What is objection? It's some idea that stop us from buying this or that product. For example, the most common objections are too expensive. Maybe I don't even know the price, but I see this coffee, I look at this coffee shop, I see that it's fancy, it's beautiful, very modern, it's such minimalistic, and I think in my head, oh my God, it's too expensive. sometimes the service that we sell might take some time, like too long. The objection here is, oh my God, it's too long. For example, this objection is very common in the sphere of clothing. When people are creating clothing, not like just selling it, but creating for each order from zero to the final look of the clothes, or the dresses especially. And some people might think, oh my God, it's always easier to go to the real shop and buy these clothes than to order it online, because online it will take too long. So to close this objection, we should explain that, oh, it's not so long, by the way, so we can do it in a week, and that's not quite long. So sometimes objections might be that something is unnatural. For example, when I worked with biological active pills, there were a lot of questions from our audience. Is this natural? Is this healthy? What is it made of? So to close the objection, like something is unnatural, you just show all the ingredients you put in your product. So there are plenty of objections, and this is wonderful if you can publish content which closes them. There is always a common question, how to close the objection about money. How can we close objection about something being too expensive? So if your product is really expensive and you understand, yeah, the price is a little bit more than from all our competitors, you should explain why. So to close this objection, you can explain why you have such high price. Maybe because your ingredients are more expensive, and so you put more quality inside your product. Maybe because professionals who work in your cafe, shop, or anywhere are more educated, more qualified. Maybe the place where you are staying, for example, again, with the coffee shop, is just the city center where everything is very expensive. And that's why your price is a little bit above average. Maybe the beans for your coffee shop come to your coffee shop crossing all the globe, and just the trip of this beans is very expensive. So always explain why. It's not expensive because I want it to be expensive, that's why the price is so high, but because I have some reasons in the quality, in the place where I'm located, in my personal skills, etc., etc., etc. So to close the objection of something being too expensive, we just explain why it costs so. And we also can explain what will you get from this price. And when what your client will get from your price is more valuable than the value, that the price of the product, that's amazing. Then let's go further. Content that increases trust and expert the product. Here, it's also very useful to put some of your case studies, maybe some of your diplomas that you have, or maybe some awards that your product won. That's very useful for clients to understand that, yeah, I'm paying for something really qualified, for something really with a good quality. You can add to the content also some behind the scenes photos, inside stories, jokes, etc. It always makes your audience feel closer to your product. And when we feel something, when we feel closer to the product, when we have some feelings about the product, when we know some inside information, we are more likely to buy this product. The only rule is that we must understand why we publish each of our posts, stories, etc. So we never publish something just to being published. We always have a goal. What the goal is of this publication? Do I want my audience to feel closer to my product? Do I want to show them our values? Do I want to increase trust, etc., etc., etc.? So when you want to publish something, when you come up with an idea to any piece of content you are going to publish, just ask yourself, what is the goal of this publication? That's it. If you can answer this question, you may publish anything you want. So let's look at an example of a content plan for the coffee shop. Just give me a second. I will show you the real content plan that I gave to my client. So here is a content plan, and I hope you can see it very well. This is a real content plan I gave to one of my clients, I think already a year ago. And that's normally how it looks like. For you and in your job and during your working routine, you can make any template you prefer. This one I personally, me and my team use for, and this is the view of the content plan that we give to our clients. But you can do it anywhere you want. I like to make it in a Google Sheets because it's useful and everybody has it. What do I put in the content plan? I put the day of publication, the months of publication, of course. I show the form of the publication. Is it a post? Is it a reels or stories? I also like to add visual so my client can see how visual will look. And this is just how it looks like. When I mark some content with green, it means that it is approved with the client and client is okay with that. When something is marked like in yellow or some like orange, it means that we need some corrections here and client is still working with corrections that we need to put. It looks quite easy, nothing complicated. The only thing that you need to do that for each of months, I make the copy. And here is for February. So it means that for the next month, I will have a copy for March, then for April, etc., etc. I always put the text here so the client sees how will the text look, the text of the post look. Also, I put here the text of the stories, and I don't put here the visuals of the stories because normally I have like from 5 to 6 stories for each of the posts. I only put here the visual of the post or the cover of the reels. It looks quite fancy, nothing complicated here. I hope that you already have your own personal template for the content plan. So let's come back. So what's important to consider when creating a content plan? We never duplicate photo plans. What do I mean here? We need in our feed to mix plans of our photos. For example, here at the right corner, you can see that the first photo that I publish in a feed is a very detailed photo with the bottles of wine that can be served in our coffee shop. The next photo of the feed is like middle plan, when you can see the bottle itself, some glasses, and the flowers. And the third photo I publish at the third day is like a far plan with the whole interior of the coffee shop, with a person itself, and with some, again, big flower in a flower pot. So when you are creating a content plan and putting some visuals inside it, please always play with plans of photos, far, near, middle. Never put two similar plans one by one. Like never put two middle plans one by one. Never put two details like one by another, because it doesn't look good for our eyes. It looks very dull, and just the feed looks, poor. So if you want to make your feed interesting and dynamic with some rhythm, please play with plans of the photos in your feed. And I also have a little trick for you. Some niches or business areas are tied to specific international holidays. And what helps me to make an interesting, eye-catching content plan is always tracking the calendar of events. What I mean here, for example, when I have a client who is a doctor who has a clinic, it's really cool to make a post about Doctor's Day for for this client. Some niches like flower shops or coffee shops or chocolate shops, they might focus on the Valentine's Day or Mother's Day and make some special content for these holidays. So a calendar of international holidays can help you to make your content plan tightened to reality. We always look at such a calendar before compiling a monthly content plan. And if the holiday or event is really relevant to our client, we always include it in the plan. So every month before we create content plan, we have a look at the calendar, we check if there are some really important events coming, and I always put these events in my content plan. For example, for Valentine's Day, I might not only publish some posts with congratulations and etc., but I can make some collaboration with other businesses for the Valentine's Day and make some giveaway. As for example, here you can see the photo with a beautiful bouquet, and exactly here it's a collaboration of a coffee shop with a flower shop. We decided to make a giveaway of a perfect Valentine's Day for our visitors. And we were giving away a beautiful bouquet and I think a holiday dinner in our coffee shop. So we pre-booked a table, we put a bouquet there, we put some wine, some dishes, some coffees and desserts, and we were making a giveaway for our subscribers. And one of them with his couple, they won this perfect date and they spent this day in our coffee shop. You can make something similar for almost every niche. You know, I always like to be creative in celebrating holidays, because holiday is a very good opportunity to make some noise around your business and to show your business to more target audience. So always check the calendar, think what creative I can do here, and just do it. How do you determine the timing and frequency of posting? That's actually a very easy question. We just look at the engagement of our target audience in the account. I have some screenshots here for you. You just go to your impressions and engagement inside your account. First of all, your account should be business. So switch your account from private to business if you haven't done it before. And here are some interesting statistics you can see. First of all, day by day, Instagram shows you how many followers followed you and how many people unfollowed you. How can it help us? Maybe we have published the post and then in the statistics, we see that 100 people unfollowed us this day. It means that the post was really bad and it didn't have any success on our audience. And maybe sometimes you make a collaboration and you want to see how many people come to your account after collaboration. This part of the statistics is very useful. It can show you how many people joined your account on daily basis, day by day. Next one, I like this gender statistics because it always shows us gender of our audience, men or women. And it might help you in creating content because, of course, for women, we can make more emotional, more interesting, I don't know, not interesting, but more emotional content. And for men, we normally like to stay like more calm with calm colors and nothing, you know, very feminine and specific. So it's always useful to know who is your audience. Also, the statistics shows you most active times of your audience. This is a very useful part of the statistic. And what does it mean? It means that Instagram counts every day at what time of day, at what day of the week your audience is online in Instagram. And it's the best timing to post your post when the majority of your audience is online. It means that on Sundays, for example, here in this account, the audience is most active and online at 6 p.m. That means that I should publish my post on Sunday at 6 p.m. Then you can go to other weekdays and Instagram will show you statistics all around the week. So you can choose the perfect timing for every day of the week. And sometimes audience is more active at the daytime, sometimes at the morning, sometimes at the evening. I would say that on the weekend, audience is more active at the end of the day. And the working days, audience is more active at the beginning of the day. But it depends on each account. So just if you have never seen the statistics, come to your account and please make sure to check it. And we are going closer and closer for some really useful tips about using Instagram. And first of all, we will start with geotagged content. Geotagging is an Instagram feature that lets users tag a physical location to their content. You can utilize geotagging by creating an Instagram location through Facebook, tagging your location in post to stories, adding location stickers to stories. How can it help us? It can attract new audience to your account, even so the photo that you put in your account, it might attract new people. So please remember that you should use crowded geotags. It means that the most crowded places where the audience is offline also will be crowded online. For example, as for Moscow, it's normal to put geotag like Red Square, Kremlin, and the central streets, because there are a lot of people on the central streets and they will check this geotag. If we are talking about Indonesia, I would offer you to put geotags of the most touristic places, especially if your audience are tourists. So please put all this Bali, I don't know, Kuta, etc., because it might help audience to see your content. If your audience are locals, please make sure to put in geotag places where locals normally are. Okay, if your audience are, I don't know, from Brazil, for sure you should put in geotag some geotags from Brazil. Everything is absolutely easy here. Just remember to do it and you will be shocked how it works. I have some ideas for geotagged content for you. Using a custom Instagram location tag to boost your business, they can tag their photos and stories with your location and check it to share their experience with their followers. This way your brand gets more visibility and free promotion, plus it's a win-win for everyone involved. So if you have a physical location of your business, you should create your own geotag to let people publish photos under this geotag. It's made quite easily in Facebook. You can see instructions in Google and everywhere. I always do it for my clients who have offline shops. Instagram hashtags. I love using hashtags, and a lot of people don't know how useful hashtags might be for their Instagram. Hashtags are words or phrases preceded by the hashtag symbol used to categorize content on Instagram. Hashtags make it easier for users to discover posts related to their interest. By clicking on a hashtag, users can see all the posts that have used the same hashtag. And how can it be useful for us? People like to scroll Instagram through hashtags, and popular hashtags where with a lot of content might bring you also new followers and new people on your Instagram. You can add hashtags to your stories, images, videos, and etc. You can create a new hashtag if you need some new hashtag for only your business and you want your photos to be published only under this hashtag. You can search for existing hashtags, find related hashtags, and you can use up to 30 hashtags on each post. I offer you to use all 30 hashtags under the post. Hashtags might be about your location, they might be about your product, they might be around your services, they might be around the topics that you cover in your post, etc., etc., etc. Just take different hashtags, like 30, and check how many followers, how many new people this hashtag will bring to you. What are the main rules of using hashtags? First of all, we used the right keywords. Including relevant keywords in your hashtag can make your content discoverable to potential customers. I like the tool which is called Get Tag Info. Here is a link for you. You can print screen it or just click. It can help you to find the most popular and relevant hashtags for your industry. So you just put your niche, your business, and Get Tag Info bot will give you all relevant hashtags you might use for this post. Also, you can take ChatGPT and ask hashtags for Instagram for your post. So you just download your post in the chat, ask the chat to give you hashtags, and it will give you 30 different interesting hashtags. Create branded hashtags. Branded hashtags are unique to your brand and can help increase brand awareness. When people use your branded hashtags, it can also help you attract user-generated content related to your brand. Make sure your branded hashtag is memorable, easy to spell, and relevant to your brand. So if you want to collect some posts under one hashtag, it's relevant to create your own hashtag. For example, for the coffee shop, I can make a hashtag. The coffee shop is called Nova. So I can make a hashtag Nova Batumi. That's it. The unique hashtags that nobody has ever used before. And I can collect my post under this hashtag if I want. Also, I can create the hashtag Nova Batumi Reviews. So, and put all the positive reviews on my coffee shop under this hashtag. I can make Nova Batumi new dishes or new menu and put a post about my new menu under this hashtag. So there are plenty options how to use hashtags, and you can always create your own. Use trending hashtags. This is one of the best things you can do with the hashtags. Including trending hashtags in your post can increase visibility and engagement. You can find trending hashtags by checking Instagram's Explore page or by using tools like Hashtags for Likes and trendsmap.com. What it can do? It can bring new followers to your account. So if you use only branded hashtags, there are almost nobody will search for these hashtags online. It's only your hashtags with your hot audience. But here, the trending hashtags will be shown to a lot of people, to people upboard, to your potential target audience, to your cold audience. And it's always useful to make a mix of branded hashtags, trending hashtags, and I would say location-based hashtags like Bali, Indonesia, Georgia, Kuta, Jakarta, and etc. It can be also put it in the hashtag. And the last, how you can participate in hashtag challenges. A lot of brands and influencers create hashtag challenges to encourage user-generated content and increase engagement. Participating in these challenges can help your brand reach new audience and connect with your current followers. Quite easy, nothing complicated. And the last one, use location-based hashtags. I always like to use this tip. Including location-based hashtags can help you reach local customers and increase your visibility in specific regions. You can also create your own located-based hashtag for events or promotions happening in a specific area. So if your target audience is in Bali, you put Bali-based hashtags. If you know that your target audience is in Australia, you put Australia-located hashtags. Quite easy, again, just try it. And now we'll talk a little bit about how to view insights on Instagram. Where can we see all the statistics? Please ensure that you have already converted your account to business account type. And once you open the app, just follow these steps. Go to your profile by tapping your profile picture at the bottom right corner. Tap the menu icon. This is this place where you should tap and see your statistics. Tap Insights at the top of the menu to the right of the graphic icon. Here it is. Just step-by-step instruction for those who have never tried it. You can now see the insight and analytics about your Instagram account. You can get more specific data by tapping on accounts reached, accounts engaged, or total followers. By the way, this kind of statistic is seen for everybody, but if you're working with a client and you want to make a report for the client, I offer you also try using some special apps to monitor statistic on Instagram. I like to use LiveDoom. Also, there are some like Popstars, Instagram Analytics, etc., etc. They offer you to download the report about Instagram statistics. I mean, like here inside Instagram, you can only see statistic, but you can't download it and show it to the client. You can show only print screens to the client, but through special apps, you can download statistics and send it to the client. For me as an agency, it's more useful to use like reported versions of statistics. So how to view insights for one post? These are statistics about all the Instagram, like about all the blog, but also you can check statistics for each of your posts. You open the Instagram app and go to your profile, you tap to the post you want to view insights for, you tap on the view insights below the post, here it is, and you can see view detailed analytics such as impressions, reach, engagement, metrics, and audience demographic. Here is some likes, also comments, shares, and savings. You can see that these beautiful reels reached more than 30,000 followers, and the majority of them were non-followers. This is very good statistics for the reels. It means that these reels brought a lot of new people to the account. So this account should make more reels like this. Let's go further. What analytics can you see in Instagram Insights? There are three main sections on Instagram Insights we can track: accounts reached, accounts engaged, and total followers. Let's talk a little bit more detailed about this statistics. What is it, account reached? Account reached shows the number of accounts that have seen your content along with some demographic information of them. The main metrics here are top locations reached by followers and non-followers accounts, top content, profile activity, such as profile visits and button taps. I don't know if you have seen Instagram like 7 years ago, but 7 years ago, when you had 100 followers and you post a post, all these 100 followers saw your post. It was 100% reach. But a couple of years ago, Instagram changed the metrics, and now, even though you have 100 followers, when you publish your post, not all of them see it. Only 25 to 30% in a good account will see the post published by the account. It means that account reached nowadays are always a smaller number than the amount of followers the account has. But like 7 years ago, when Instagram was at its beginnings, we always had 100% reach. Nowadays, it's almost impossible. Accounts engaged shows the number of accounts that have engaged in content, the types of engagement along with some demographic on your engagers. Also here, the main metrics are top locations, engagements, post interactions breakdown, and top content. What do I mean by account engaged? An engaged account is an account who liked your post or made a comment or saved your post or shared your post. So did something with your post, not just read it and nothing else, but did some actions, who was engaged in your content. That's how we that's what it is, accounts engaged. And total followers, it's just the number of followers you have. Also, there might be some demographic information about them. The main metrics here are follower growth, top location, age range, gender, and most active times. That's a lot of analytics, yeah. You should have no shortage of data trends to pour over to perfect your Instagram strategy. So now the problem is deciding which metrics you should be focusing on. And I would say that you can focus on your Instagram follower growth, of course, because for a lot of clients, this is the only metric that matters. You should be tracking not only how many followers you've gained over the past weeks, months, and years, but also how fast your follower base is growing. It's more important to understand analytics about your rate of follower growth over time than to just see how many followers you have at the moment. So yeah, please, I like to track once a month the growth of the followers, how many we gained and how many followers came to our account. But please remember, when you only create content without promotion, without bloggers talking about your accounts, without good quality reels, without using good quality hashtags, without geotags, it's not likely that you will get any growth of your followers. Just creating content is not enough. It's obligatory to make good quality content, but not enough to make your account popular. You should promote your account through hashtags, through good quality reels, through bloggers integrations, maybe through Target, etc., etc. So good content is the first step, very important, the fundamental step, but not only one, okay? Your Instagram reach. What is reach of Instagram? I already explained you. Yeah, the reach is the amount of subscribers who have seen your content. And reach is only counted once per unique user. So one person who saw your content counts only once, yeah? Instagram Insights shows you how many accounts you've reached in that week in the activity tab, including the reached, how many people are reached each day. What's the difference between reach and impressions on Instagram? Impressions are counted every time your content is seen. It means that one person can see your content twice, 3 times, 5 times, even 10 times if something is really interesting. But the reach is counted only per unique account, per unique user. So the number of impressions is always higher than the number of accounts reached. It's normal. Your Instagram engagement rate. Engagement is a king on Instagram. Engagement is the total number of likes, comments, and saves on your post. You can see the total engagement on all your posts by adjusting your filters with the content tab of Instagram Insights. How to calculate engagement rate. I never offer you to do it by yourself, but you should understand how it's done. There are a lot of apps that will count your engagement rate for you. I like to use LiveJune, but if something happened and you need to count engagement rate by yourself, there is a formula. You simply divide the total number of engagements with your post by the total reach of your post and then multiply the result by 100 to get a percentage. It means, let's have an example, yeah? Let's imagine that your last picture gets 100 engagements and 1,000 reach. It means that we take our 100, divide 1,000 and multiply on 100%. And that, here we go, 10% engagement rate. It's quite a lot, by the way. Normal amount of engagement rate would be from 2 to 4%. It's okay. It's like a very middle statistics. 10% is amazing. I would say I don't know accounts with 10% engagement rate. Stories. The most important metric in stories is just total reach. Engaging first stories can boost the reach of all other stories. I mean, if you put some polls, some questions, some interactions into the first stories, it will boost a little bit the other stories. It's fine if the 10th story has less coverage than the first 2. since people tend to skip uninteresting stories. That's why starting stories with something really interesting is a must. Because the first story is the most important one. It should be the most interesting, most, I don't know, eye-catching, etc., etc. So, because from the first story, all the statistic for other story really depends. When buying ads from blogger stories, we focus less on the total reach of their stories and more on the number of clicks to our advertised page. For instance, I have a very small personal account. I have only, I think, 5,000 people following me. And my loyal audience of 250, 300 people results in 150, 200 clicks per ad. That means that my audience is very loyal to me. Only 300 people see my stories. And if I make some promotion or some advertising, 200 people from these 300 people click at my advertisement. It means that they trust me really a lot. And when I give some links to them, they always follow the links. So this level of trust from my audience indicates they are likely to purchase the advertised products I'm advertising. And I almost never do it, but sometimes I do. The primary metrics for Reels is reach and subscriptions. I love Reels very much. Now it's my it's the most interesting instrument for me to work on. And the more reposts your Reels receive from your audience, the higher the total reach is. And I would say that Reels is the only source of a free traffic, of the free followers on Instagram nowadays, for today. Each view from a repost counts towards your reach, making it valuable to indicate shareable content in your strategy, such as something useful or humorous that your audience will want to share. Popular tracks can also boost your reach. Talking about reach, it's an absolutely huge and big topic for discussion, how to make your Reels go viral. I love working with reach, and we have a lot of beautiful results with my clients with the Reels strategy. So once we will have an opportunity to talk about Reels, we will do it definitely. Hashtags. Analyze their effectiveness right inside Instagram. We put up a post, and after 24 hours, we see how much reach the hashtags have added. So under each of the posts, you can click the statistics and check how many viewers, how many new subscribers have seen your post thankfully to the hashtags. We always track this number. And the homework. What will you do? First of all, for the client's Instagram account, we will give you 3 accounts to choose from. Create 1-week content plan based on your target audience segments and needs using a content plan template that will be added on Google Classroom. Pick up 30 hashtags for the post. Details will be added also on a Google Classroom. Don't hesitate to use the apps that I've recommended to you on this lesson. So guys, that was a pure pleasure talking to you. I hope everything is crystal clear here, and I wish you all the best with your home task. See you soon on the lesson 3.